Yeah, and it's like, whoa, what is happening, people? Welcome to the Drop live from Cactus Music. This is Quinn Bishop right here. And yeah, we're on the new set. So, our team's been hard at work at this. It's a life-size photograph here of Kiss Destroyer. We talked about the Whopper box
we did
set
last week. Yeah.
That if you're a Kiss fan, you might want to get. But let's get to it because there's a ton of stuff.
So what we're talking about today, Ruben, there's every Black Friday, there's a ton of record store day sanctioned releases, limited editions. Many of them will sell out on Black Friday. And these are all available tomorrow morning when we open at 10 a.m.
Number one.
Aerosmith. Aerosmith. So this is a very cool piece. And, there's a bunch of cool pieces in here. But this one, Aerosmith hasn't had that many record store day pieces. This one is amazing because they didn't even know they had this tape. It's a rehearsal tape before the first album came out of them doing material from the first, and I think a few from the second record on cassette. They found it, and here you go. You got it on record store day.
The road starts here. Gosh, yeah, that's cool.
I like that kind of brown paper sack.
Yeah, man.
Packaging.
Super cool.
And this guy, these guys, Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is from Paris in 1967. A full-length LP. Hendrix's family, Experience Hendrix, has done a fantastic job of securing all the illicit recordings that were out there, photographs. They want to do everything so it's all, you can see all of it at the Experience Hendrix installation. And they keep putting out these cool records, Are you going to want to, not have your classic recordings? No, you still need those original 3 or 4 albums that came out while he was alive. But it's great to get this stuff to hear this band because they were just a force of nature.
Absolutely.
And awesome. This is one of the ones that's going to be gone quick.
Absolutely, it'll be gone.
And we're keeping it 60s right here with Big Brother and the Holding Company. Now,
this
footage has been available for years. It's from the Monterey International Pop Festival, organized by Lou Adler, one of the great or very, very early music festivals. And Janice and Big Brother and the Holding Company, one of just the epic performances. And all these recordings, along with The Who and Jimmy and all that, they were never available individually. This is the first time these have been available as a standalone piece. So if you're a fan, you can have that. And this is on Monterey Purple vinyl.
Of course it is.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Lots of stuff from the vault to start us off.
Yeah,
I love it.
A lot of vault. Okay. And another live recording for us. Everybody knows these guys, Fleetwood Mac. And Fleetwood Mac had a live album from the Tusk tour that was excellent. And in keeping with their reissue strategy, they keep making alternate versions of albums. They've done it for the first Fleetwood Mac. They've done it for Mirage, for Rumors. This is an alternate of the versions that they couldn't fit on the original 2 LP set.
Right.
And it's very cool. These are great. They also feature on CD in that big box set that came out recently. But this is the only vinyl edition of this.
This is really, really, really cool. 1980.
And a band at the peak of their powers playing live. People are going to want that, and that's one that's been heavily allocated.
I saw this tour.
Really?
Yep.
Right on. Very cool.
Yep.
Another live recording by a huge classic rock band. Well, this is hard to see.
It is. Screen. Well, we're picking up a little glare. The lighting, our lighting team is going to work on that for the next episode. So you've seen a lot of that. So
Dire Straits Encore again. Dire Straits had a double live album called Alchemy some years ago, following I think Love Over Gold. It predates the huge record Brothers in Arms. But these are tracks that they couldn't fit on. 4 tracks that they couldn't fit on the original.
Solid rock, good song.
Oh, great. I love that song.
Yeah, man, it's a good song.
So, and I don't think this has been available before in any form.
Mark Knopfler, monster guitar player.
Now this is a really cool record. I don't remember, Littlefeet has never had a record store day piece in, 12 plus years of record store day. And this was a bootleg from back in the day. Like you could actually buy one of those illicit recordings at the cool record store that was like, where they stamp the cover out or whatever. But this is supposedly one of the great lost recordings that never had a legitimate release, and here it is.
Yeah.
And that's a band. I mean, it's all live is how you want it. They're a band that made great studio records, but really, the Waiting for Columbus double live record is really what you want from them. And this kind of, if you love that record. This is more of that, all the big tracks are there. Oh, Atlanta, Willin'.
The Great Lowell George.
The Great Lowell George.
Yeah, and kids, if you don't know, if this is, you don't know what we're talking about, do yourself a favor. Yeah. Listen. Listen to some of that.
Now look at these young whippers.
Whoa.
This is
U2. Gloria.
Early on. So U2 always has a record store day piece. It's always unreleased music. Cool. It's always got like a poster in it or something. This is a gatefold LP with different versions of Gloria from different points in their carear.
Back when Adam had really fun hair.
He did have fun hair.
Really fun hair.
They're almost unrecognizable.
Isn't it? So what's the anniversary? Is it 30 years for Octune Baby?
Yes.
Yeah. What? That album.
That's that. I mean, that's kind of the record. I mean, a lot of people, they're one of those bands. They've had a long enough career and make good enough recordings that people have. There's a different record.
Yeah. Well, they did a whole. The last tour was Joshua Tree, right? I mean, they played the whole album start to finish. So, I mean, I could see them do that.
So cool. If you're a U2 fan, that's a great one.
Absolutely.
Some singer-songwriters we got for you.
Always good.
We're going to slow things down.
Very much so. Very much so.
For you.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen, Songs of Love and Hate, one of his most highly acclaimed records. This is packaged with an embossed sleeve. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, people? You got an embossed sleeve. It comes with a 7-inch. It's on white vinyl. This is a great record. This has been available for the first time in the United States, and I have no idea. Decades and decades.
Literally, if your heart tends to race from time to time, or you have high blood pressure, you can just put this on in some headphones. All your troubles are gone.
Oh yeah. The great Carole King has an in-concert live at the BBC, and I'll say this: she has a live album that came out from right before Tapestry was released. It was just her at the piano. Came out a few years ago, and it's like one of my wife and I's favorite recordings by her. And I think this is going to be, it's just voice and piano. It's going to be good. All the big hits on So Far Away, I Feel the Earth Move, Natural Woman. If you're a fan, this is really something to pick out.
Well, you mentioned Tapestry. I think that's my wife's favorite album.
I mean, it invented the singer-songwriter movement, kind of.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You kind of don't get to everything that came later.
And Mr. James Taylor featured on So Far Away, so that's always.
Anytime you get that guy to wander and sing on your record, you're doing good.
Randomly come through the door.
All right, we're going to pick it up with
my man.
Lil RZA. Is he really?
Yes, he is. He absolutely is. Bomb.
Some Wu-Tang product coming for Black Friday Record Store Day.
Yep.
These always sell out pretty quick. This is back in print. 2 decades has not been available, and it's on clear yellow vinyl. So look out for that one.
I got to interview him in L.A. He played a detective on a Fox show that ran one season.
Oh wow!
I have somewhere. I've got a really good picture of him.
Oh, that would have
yeah. So anyway,
we would like to see.
That's my RZA story.
That's a good one.
Okay, thank you.
Another hip hop classic, Mobb Deep, which is very influential.
Yes, sir.
Hip hop group. This thing hasn't been available in I don't even know. 2 LP sets on clear smoky vinyl. Free Agents Volume 1.
And help me remember who came out of the band that still had I think somebody from Mobb Deep is still doing stuff. I'm blanking out because I'm thinking Goody Mob, and I'm just.
It's
yeah. This is super.
Somebody's gonna let us know. I bet. I'm sure we're gonna get a comment.
All right, cool.
Let us know about that. I know you feel the blues coming on.
Whoa!
You feel? Oh, got the blues is coming.
Shred.
Roy Buchanan, one of the great masters of the Telecaster, was potentially going to be in the Rolling Stones, replace Brian Jones. But he made, I think, 4 or 5 records for Mercury Records, and his first record went unreleased for whatever reason, and it has been reissued, or issued, I should say, for the first time by this great label, Real God Music, which are some of the old Rhino guys, super cool guys, and they just keep finding cool stuff to put out. And not only do you get the original album, you get some outtakes and some jammy stuff on there. But if you're a fan of this guy, limited to 2,500 copies in the States.
He's the guy that your favorite guitar player listens to.
Yeah, for sure. And then Canned Heat, House of the Blues, Volume 7, with Canned Heat with Memphis Slim.
Oh, that's crazy.
Memphis Horns. Yeah, this is a cool record. Canned Heat, really, if you love blues music, one of the bands. their profile is pretty low, and I've never really understood why, because they're just killing. But people looking for this one, this is going to be a great record store day piece. I think it's actually European pressing on blue vinyl. All right.
So hang on. Brandon Ramos says, this is great. I just got my new system up. It needs some new wax to play. I was jamming to Slick Rick last night.
Right. I always think of that Amy Winehouse song where she's rapping about getting just not taken to the Slick Rick show. You made me miss the Slick Rick show.
I've seen Slick Rick. Patrick J. McGann, Kiss Destroyer, great album. Got mine back in the 1970s. Oh. Little obladi oblada, right? I guess the internet, the universe, the electricity
it's
ahead of the Peter Jackson documentary premiering tomorrow night. So Beatles music just permeated through the ether onto here. That's amazing, folks.
Nah, that was my ringtone.
Oh, that was your ringtone. Never. Okay, sorry. Look at
here. Somebody's ringtone.
So Patrick, thank you for that, man. And yes, I'm a huge fan. Oh, they had 8 tracks too. This is fantastic.
Oh, what do you think they didn't have 8 tracks? Oh, someone wants to know where my hat. It's no hat day.
He just got a haircut.
Oh,
he's rocking. He's rocking the golden locks. All right, continue, please. We digress.
Here we go. Everyone knows that this the Master of Soul, Sam Cooke, had a career prior to him doing secular music, and this is a double 10-inch of his recordings for the specialty label with the Soul Stirrers. And this is you get the 1955 Shrine concert. It's interesting to hear how many of those religious songs they just changed the lyrics to make them into hits that we know.
I love it.
Back in the day, Sam Cooke, the greatest.
Really. Absolutely. Shout outs. Alice is watching. Carol Vaughn is watching. Chris Daughtry says, I want the Aerosmith album that's coming out. How about that?
All right,
okay.
I like that.
Let's
Thanks
keep going.
Watching.
Let's keep rocking.
All right, we're gonna keep it soulful. We got Maxwell is one of those artists that sold a gazillion records. Oh, this is a great sleep face.
Yeah. And you remember, right, when like Maxwell hit?
Oh,
it was.
Yep.
It was a thing.
The ladies like Maxwell.
Yes, they do.
And but anyways, his catalog is really underserved by the availability of vinyl. There's really almost nothing out there. So. Record Store Day, they're making that right. It's the 20th anniversary of this record. For some reason, it's on root beer brown vinyl. I wonder if that alludes to one of the tracks on the record. I don't remember.
Well, there's a lot of brown in the sleeve.
There's a lot of brown in the sleeve.
The sides. I can get it. I mean,
this says "Get to Know You."
Okay.
Right.
So good stuff, man.
Anyway, so people ask for his records all the time. There haven't been any. So
Viola Villanueva is watching from Las Vegas. Shout out Vegas.
Hey, Viva.
I love it, man.
Look at the sleeve on this one. We're going to blind everybody with this one.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the awesome Thundercat.
Yes,
anybody who's not hip to that guy, you need to catch up real fast.
Yeah.
Right. He super cool bass player, record producer. We did a meet and greet with him at the store, and it was super cool.
I bet. Yeah.
I don't think he remembers it, but it was pretty cool. Anyways, the super limited edition reissue of this record, which hasn't been available in a long time. And I'm guessing most of the money to make that went into the sleeve.
There is some Record Store Day gold.
That is, yeah. It might be Bitcoin, actually. That's what it looks like.
I love it, man. I love it. So the Record Store Day titles that we're talking about, that's available tomorrow and
tomorrow.
Or
I'm sorry,
Friday.
Okay,
Friday, guys. So don't stay home. Get fat on turkey.
Eat turkey. Don't come here tomorrow.
On Friday. There we go.
Thanks for
just make sure
me on that.
Okay, no worries.
People are already getting the car started. Ready to come down.
There's a guy in a lawn chair out there asleep. I could see him through the window.
Woo! They used to camp out.
I know they did. I did that story one morning, standing out there talking to people.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so great.
Days in advance.
It's so great.
John Legend, another guy that for some reason his recordings are not really available on vinyl. This is a 15th year anniversary on gold vinyl of his Once Again album. Once Again available.
I've seen him twice live.
Right on. How was it?
Fantastic.
Yeah. He's a great singer, great player.
Very charming.
Yeah,
with his audience, there's kind of like that. It's a very old school almost approach. It's not like rock star or any other kind of vibe. It's a very
Would you expect anything less?
I don't know, man. It's classy.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like classy.
Yeah, he's go see him if you get a chance.
All right, speaking of classy, we're going to get jazzy. And we've got this Miles Davis live record, which is up to now really only been available as an import.
Is this the Carnegie Hall?
This is the
No.
No.
Okay.
This is the Live Evil, which is kind of continued into his fusion leanings. So Jack DeJohnette,
of course,
Keith Jarrett, John McLaughlin, Airto, Gary Bartz.
Jeez.
These are records that really translate really well to rock fans. I think.
Yeah.
I think you hear those records.
It's got that edge.
Yeah, it's got an edge. Super cool. And again, this is on a teal.
And did you say what year that was? Did you?
Oh, it's 50 years old now. It's hard to
That's
believe.
crazy.
All these anniversaries, benchmarks are just rolling right past us. So 1971 release year, finally available again, legitimate on color vinyl.
Love it.
So there you go. Now this is.
I hope you guys are taking notes because we're trying to fill out your Christmas list for those hard to buy people right now.
This is I tell you what, if you have music fans in your life, this is a great way to figure out what's unique that they might not have. I mean, that's a hard thing because people that love music have a lot of music.
Yeah.
How do you get them something that they don't have?
Yeah. And in case you guys haven't been watching us or you don't know that much about it, once the record day albums issued for record store day are gone, many of these are just for
many of them are just for Black Friday and they are not going to come back. Quite a few of them will come back later at some point.
But there's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. We don't even. We do the best job we can at buying these things, and many times we're like, got it wrong.
Yeah.
I am so enthusiastic about this. Thrilled about this record coming out. This was my jump off record into listening to Brazilian music, and this is compiled by David Byrne for his Laka Bop label. And this record originally came out in, I think, the 80s. And Gal Costa, Gilberto Gil, Caetano Veloso, Chico Buarque. If you want to jump headlong into this music, this is the collection to do it. Not been available on LP in quite a while. And I don't know what color it is. It says it's a special color vinyl edition. So maybe it's special to you.
My dear friend, Stacia Pratt says, love Quinn's shirt.
Oh, thanks.
She has worked with Cheap Trick over the years. She works with Tom Peterson.
Well,
and she's lovely.
This is the Cactus music type.
I'm exactly right. Yeah.
It was one day I had this epiphany. I'm like,
I keep saying I'm going to buy that shirt when I'm here, and I always forget.
I can't. I remember the day that I realized, oh man, there's as many letters in Cactus music as there are.
Now, am I completely wrong, or is this like one of the classic design that launched the concert shirt? Or there's some story about, and Stacia probably knows it.
I don't know,
but yeah, and I want to say it was Rick Nelson that did it. He just did it on a typewriter and photocopied it and blacked it out and turned it into yeah. There's some story around that. I should know.
I'm going to read up on that because
there is major significance to it,
and one of just like the most cool,
killer,
simple
genius.
Designs. Yeah. Some anticipated superstar ladies here. Anticipated records from them. There is a Lana Del Rey of her record. What's the title? The Chemtrails Over the Country Club, which is her latest album. Alternate cover of her hanging around with dogs, wolves. And this is on transparent blue vinyl.
I'm going to go Husky.
And it's funny. There's been a whole spate of artists that are releasing records with alternative covers, and I don't know if they couldn't decide on the cover to begin with, or
but you got to buy two.
Keeps it interesting. Yeah. So blue vinyl on that, and this is only one of the only 7 inches we're talking. I think the only 7 inch we're talking about today, which usually there's a lot of them. Billie Eilish, the soundtrack for No Time to Die. She does the theme song. Look out! This is really difficult to see because it's none more black.
It's her black album. She's in her black album phase. So have you heard it?
I heard the song. I like the song.
Man,
I think it's a great
song.
I think it's a great song, and her demo is on the B side.
Because I think a lot of people were like, Billie Eilish doing the Bond theme.
I mean, they've always had whoever's like interesting doing.
Adele did one, right?
Adele. I mean, going back, Duran, obviously, Paul McCartney.
Look You to a Kill. Which one did McCartney do?
Live and Let Die. And then Jack White did one.
Yes.
I mean, whoever's kind of hot.
I could quite possibly get fired for that one. So tune in next week when Quinn and his new host will be here.
Let's hope that's not the case, but I think we're always on.
Like, how do you know
shaky ground here?
If we really had like an enormous audience, like 10,000 people would have lit me on fire right now.
Yeah, we'd just be getting
riddled with social media bullets.
For Black Friday, 10th anniversary of this Evanescence
album.
On. It's their third album. This band has such a connection to their fans, and we did an event with them, and it was remarkable.
Yeah,
how cool everyone was, and they were just so connected to her.
Yeah,
and so people will be looking for this. This is on Purple Smoke Vinyl, and they made 8,000, which tells you they think they're
going to sell them. They probably will. They probably will. I mean, they're still, they could do the festival thing in Europe and get tens of thousands of people to come out.
And I think that there is a initiative to not be in the disappointment game for records. You want to make enough that the people that are the early adopters, that are the huge fans, are going to get it, and then it goes away. But you don't want to leave people just scouring the internet looking for it.
I think, and kind of another important thing about Amy Lee, right?
I think that's
was there weren't a lot of women fronting a band that was hard music.
Yeah, now you have a bunch.
And now you have a bunch. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but she was kind of it.
Yeah. So I mean, we hadn't seen anybody since like Lita Ford. I mean, there's some bands in Europe, obviously, but for American audience, we hadn't seen a woman fronting a hard rock
in a big
metal
big chart superstar.
Multi-platinum selling.
Okay, here's a couple of really groovy ones that I'm excited about. I love Jason Isbell, one of our favorites. He did this project where he has recorded, and there's a lot of guests on this record. Amanda Shires, his wife. I wonder how he got her to get on the record.
Sure.
She was like, "Hey, come over here." Julian Baker, Brandy Carlisle, Brittany Spencer, Aida Victoria, and these are covers of songs by artists from Georgia. It's called Georgia Blue. And so you have Night Swimming with Bela Fleck and Chris Steele. It's an REM song.
Jeez.
James Brown, it's a man's world. I've been loving you too long. Midnight Train to Georgia, in memory of Elizabeth Reed. So it's kind of
a couple of songs.
Yeah, and I'm Through by Big Chestnut.
We say it every time. This guy can do no wrong right now.
Yeah, he makes great records.
Everything he touches is.
And all his his covers are always fantastic.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a joy to listen to.
It's well thought out, man. It's the complete package.
And another covers record by a Georgia band.
Yeah, yep.
We've talked about them before in the Dry Blackberry Smoke.
Yep.
And this is a cool record. It's them doing. I mean, you can't hear these guys and not know that they love the Stones. They love the Stones.
Oh, dude.
And this is all live in the studio of them doing Stones cuts. It should be pretty cool. Haven't heard it out yet, but they do one of my favorites. Actually, a couple of my very favorites. Sway, Can't You Hear Me Knocking, Tumblin' Dice.
Charlie Starr's
a
great
cool
guitar
guy.
player, great front man, great vocals. Just it's everything you want in a band that's kind of has that Southern rock heritage.
Yeah, and they played the store before. Super cool guys, and this is obviously a labor of love for them. And that's what I love about Record Store Day. You get these odd things that wouldn't come out.
I know. I bring it up all the time. If you had to look in your crystal ball into 2022, do you think the in-store performances can return somewhere on the horizon?
I am very, very hopeful. It seems like it's all going that direction. That is certainly our plan. I
hope so, because I'm embarrassed to say that I only saw one. And I had so much fun doing it.
We are looking forward to get back to it. It's really what we're known for doing. But you may, keep your eyes peeled. There might be something before then.
Hot off the presses, people. Continue. That's a tease.
Hey, man.
We call that a tease in the television
It
business.
is. We got a tease for you. All right, man. I'm gonna get heavy with you.
Go.
As we go to the end here.
Do it.
Have you ever heard of these guys?
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
This kind of odd dude, Lemmy. He has this
Car
band
company,
that
right?
Just this is Motorhead live in Madrid, and the sticker on the sticker it says it is a blistering live set. Limited edition, previously unreleased live album, double red vinyl. You got a ton of tunes here.
I am in pain because I saw the sticker on this, and I mean, for what it is, it's well worth it. But oh my God, as you know, I sent my wife over to get the Motorhead, the box. Was it the box? What was it? Was box set?
Yeah.
3-album retrospective, everything you ever wanted.
Yeah. They got a lot of live stuff out there. So it's
Sound of me lusting. Never saw them live. I never saw them live.
I saw them a couple of times.
Did you really?
One time, I think a lot of people saw them because they opened that Aussie tour.
Yeah, the Ozfest. Yeah.
When they signed to.
I had shots at it, and I never did.
Hey man, they were good. We got now. You know they did all the Black Sabbath Dio records,
sure,
picture discs.
Sure.
Now they're doing the Dio album, so you got the two big Dio records. You know, Last in Line and Holy Diver available on picture discs for the first time, and you know. I mean, you gotta have these records. Like Vivian Campbell's like one of the cooler guitar players of that
first era. Tour, first album. They played the music hall.
I saw that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I remember about that? That was crazy. I don't know if you remember this too, but I remember like Viv doing his guitar solo and his nose was running, and he kept like doing this on his like the shoulder of his shirt.
It's allergies in Texas. Everybody, there's no way around it. The pollen is just.
You skinny, pale Scottish people, beware.
Beware of the pollen.
Beware of the pollen. It's going to get you. Oh, man, we got so much. We're running out of space. All right, let's talk about these guys.
Oh, man, yes.
Houston dudes. So last Record Store Day, there are two records that were prior to this came out finally on vinyl. Metal Blades finally put this one out as well. They're numbered, limited editions of 2,500. On Sun Yellow Wax, Please Come Home, Mr. Bulbous, finally on vinyl. You know, love these guys, Houston guys, great band, heavy band.
We're if you guys don't know, we're a block away from legendary Rock and Robin Music, legendary guitar store, and you know, there was a time in my life where I was in there at least once a week.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I didn't buy anything, if I had nothing to do, I just could not drive down the street and not walk in.
I mean, you had to explore.
And I walked in, and Doug Pinnick standing right there, and turned around. I was like, "Oh yeah!" I literally walked into him, and I was like, "Hey, Doug, man, it's you don't remember me, you know, and whatever." And I said, "You know, my little teeny tiny little band got to open the Public News Showcase.
Oh yeah.
King's X headlined it
at Members.
I went
to that, yeah.
And we got nominated for something. We didn't win anything, but we got nominated. There was a couple of other local bands there. So we got to at least play on the same stage. And I said, "You don't remember me, man? I met you at that show and stuff." He's like, "Oh, yeah. Of course he didn't." But he was kind enough to say he was the nicest and still prolific putting out music.
He has a new blues album.
He's got like 4 bands going. He's got that thing with George Lynch. He's got crazy.
Always working, always making music. You're not stopping that guy.
Great band.
All right. There's been a rash of picture discs and, you know, Iron Maiden, they love the picture discs. And can I do this one?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
40th anniversary of this record.
So, are you a Paul Di'Anno Iron Maiden? Are you a Bruce Dickinson Iron Maiden? Or is all Iron Maiden Iron Maiden?
I think musically, kind of all Iron Maiden is Iron Maiden. I will tell you, and I'm going to probably catch a lot of heat for this. I just really love the first 2 records. And
why would you catch a lot of?
I like Number, but there's just something about those first 2 records that just is way more.
I didn't get turned on to them until Number of the Beast. So, of course, instantly, Bruce Dickinson is the sound of Iron Maiden for me. So when I go back and listen to Paul Di'Anno, I didn't click. You know, I was like, oh, they were still progressing and stuff. But I still love it. I like it. I think if you're a Dickinson Iron Maiden guy, you're cool with all Iron Maiden.
Sure.
If you're a Di'Anno guy, you're kind of a Di'Anno guy, and you're just like, Okay, you're not so hot about the Dickinson.
Yeah, and I
stuff.
saw them a couple of times really early on.
Really
with him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Then of course sealed the deal.
The whole early new wave of British metal. I mean, I just really liked all those bands, and then it
was still a little bluesy too, almost
it
like a little.
And I
not
know
this one, but
and I know that they hate when people say that. There's something edgy and punk about it too. Those first two records, and they don't.
Steve Harris would punch you.
He'd punch me in the face.
Punch you in the mouth.
He'd punch me in the face. And maybe that's not the right word to use, but there's an intensity with those first two records.
Like there were a lot of new wave of British heavy metal acts that never made it here.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I mean, like
at that time, you almost had to have, either your record company or a patron or management to bring you to the States to tour.
Right.
And it was capital
because like Diamond Head, unless you were just so into that scene and reading, the metal fanzines and trading tapes, over the mail and stuff, or Budgie or something like that, you would never have,
And there's still, I mean, the States is so huge to come here and play, and travel and whatever, and radio is such a tough nut to crack. You still, regardless of genre, records that are just almost too English to connect in the United States.
I get that.
And metal
they weren't part of the new wave of British heavy metal, but I remember there was a band. My girlfriend in high school was such a crazy metalhead, and she was like the disciple of wouldn't miss any of Linda Silk's shows. Whatever her show was called, I don't even remember what it was, but she loved Raven.
Oh yeah, they were kooky.
They were kooky. They were metal. They were nuts. They were half naked on stage all the time, and
they opened for everybody.
But we never got to see them. It's really? Like they were never on one of the bills that we went to in high school
because it was always a 3-band bill.
Yeah,
in those days, always a 3-band.
Yep.
More picture discs for you. This guy was in a little band called Black Sabbath.
The Oz.
And he made a bunch of solo records and
the Oz.
And I don't know if this Ozzy record, this No More Tears record's ever been on picture disc, but it is for Record Store Day, for Black Friday Record Store Day.
I love it, my friend. I love it. I love it, my friend.
All right, we're going to round it out with a couple of soundtracks and some Christmas music.
Please do.
I think we end with Christmas.
Let's go. We end with Christmas music.
So look at this crazy thing. I don't ever remember.
Oh my God, that
At Home with the Munsters.
That's impossible.
Yeah, so there's always like some TV, pop culture, comic book silliness going on for Record Store Day, and this is one this year. It's the original TV cast album, and I think it's just
okay. I have to hear Marilyn. When will I find a boy for me? Are you kidding me? Meet Our Pets.
Did you check it out? It's like a golden book thing. It's got the
right. Yeah. God.
And it's got a cutout cover. So I'm guessing there's a portrait of the Munsters.
Sure, that you can hang on your wall. A night with TV's most unusual family. Dude, you win right there. There's nothing left to do.
Well, I saved this one towards the end because hands down, when this was announced a year ago for Record Store
people
Day,
went nuts.
Didn't make it.
People went crazy.
Lost their minds. And his soundtracks are so fantastic and so cool. The Life Aquatic, Steve Zissou's soundtrack. Wes Anderson, maybe not his highly regarded film, but people love this film.
It has a wild cult following, and people go crazy for this.
And Bill Murray doesn't hurt it at all.
No, not at all.
And really launched the cover, the So George covering Bowie, Rebel, and
I did not know that.
Suicide. Oh, and Life on Mars. Oh yeah, that's like he has a career due to that film and the placement of those Bowie songs in there. It's a kooky, cool soundtrack, and
there's a little Paco de Lucia on here, and that's never a bad thing.
Never a bad thing. Never available on vinyl before.
Yeah, it's a beautiful package too.
Sea blue vinyl, of course.
Of course it is.
Yeah, there you go. Sea Adventure. Okay.
So people always like, you look like that guy. I always get that.
Dude, really? I kind of see it.
Yeah, well, that's for another.
All right,
we'll keep going.
Now everybody's gonna be like, well, who are you talking about?
Well, of course, it's
There's another James Bond.
Right.
Sean Connery.
Right.
Okay, a couple of Christmas records. Texas Guy, Reverend Fort Heath. This is. I don't think this has been on vinyl before. Maybe it has been. Colored vinyl. What is this? Green.
Yeah.
Oh no, limited edition red vinyl.
Yeah.
12 holiday classics in a Rev original, super fun. You're looking for some kind of different high power Christmas record. This is a good one.
It's another guy that if you get to see him live, he's fun.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works better live than on
He's
the
fun,
records.
man.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
And then and it was with
Oof.
Pops,
Yeah.
Mavis, and the crew.
This is what you want.
25th day of December, the Staple Singers. This is a great Christmas record. And I don't remember this being, I've only ever seen old copies of this. I don't know that this has ever been available on vinyl. It's original Riverside recording. And this is another one of those in that tip-on sleeve where it's pasted over cardboard. It's like,
Oh, is that what that's called?
Super. It's tip-on sleeve. I don't really know the. I don't know what.
Yeah,
the
that's the one.
is, but-
After about 30 years in the collection, the glue starts coming off.
Oh, yeah,
like I have
totally.
a couple of those. God, that's beautiful. That'll get you going.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's good. Good Christmas, and you know what? We'll cover a lot of Christmas music.
That's
coming up
right.
in future drops over the next
That's right.
couple weeks
Because
for
it's
sure.
gonna get fun before the year is out. All right. Thanks to everyone that joined us and everybody that participated, made comments. Of course, always hit the share button. Send it to people you don't know. Bug them. Have them watch. And we're gonna tell everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving.
Have a festive, safe Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
Please eat too much. That's the drop. We'll see you later. Peace.